Hey, hello, this is Andrea. Who are you?
Oh, I didn't know I was on it. I didn't know you were pointing it at me.
Do you not want to be in it?
I don't care. Hi.
keep one hand on the wheel.
Woo!
Oh, goodness. So we're going to... So this is what happened. I woke up this morning way early in the morning, right? I'm sorry if you're hearing some wind from the air conditioner. I'm trying not to get it on there, but I'm hot. It's hot here. Bob says it's only 80s. That's not hot. Whatever, I'm hot. I was just working in the garden anyway. So I said to Bob, oh, I'm really hungry for yakisoba. Have you had yakisoba before? It's really good. It's a Japanese noodle dish. And here's the stuff we have to buy. Well, we're going down to the Asian food market, which I believe is what it's called. Anyway, they sell like all kinds of noodles and vegetables, and then they have frozen stuff. And look, there's some look, here's a side of the road thing over here. I don't know.
Look,
they're selling stuff.
Shiny.
Ooh, look. Anyway, so here's what I'm getting: cabbage, ginger, soba noodles, sesame oil, chili paste, soy sauce. We have some soy sauce.
Yeah, basically, we need everything for it.
We haven't had it in a long time.
I had soba noodles, but it was so long ago that they expired over a year ago.
They expired, and I mean, they were dry noodles, but yeah. I don't know what that means, if it would fall apart in there. Or... Do you know what that would mean?
I don't know.
So I was in the garden today, and look, I cut myself. I have a Band-Aid. Well, I did a bunch of things. I was watering some stuff, and I was pulling some weeds. But the way I cut myself is, I was over at the compost thing, and I didn't have my little tool that I usually use over there. It's kind of like a little rake thing. So I brought the shovel over with me, and I was pushing down in the center of the compost so I could pull some up at the edges. And when I pushed down, I had gloves on, leather gloves. When I pushed down, my hand went down onto the metal, what are those things called? Those metal bars that hold up the fencing?
Fence posts?
My hand went down onto the fence post, and it cut my finger a little bit through the glove. I can't imagine what it would be if I didn't have the glove on, so. So I had to come in and put a Band-Aid on, but...
Probably got lockjaw. Yay! Sorry.
I mean, it didn't put a hole in the leather. It just... I don't know. You know, somehow it just... Well, whatever, there's a cut. It's like a gouge into my finger.
Tetanus shot now.
Will you stop it? I think I'm actually up for my booster, but I got like 2 years to get my booster for tetanus, so I think I'm okay. I was asking the pharmacist about it last year, and he was out of tetanus shots last year. I don't remember why.
So everybody's gardening.
Stop. Everybody's gardening. They need their tetanus shots. You're funny. What else is going on? So there's like a new season of What We Do in the Shadows that just started, and I haven't started watching in the new season yet, but I'm looking forward to it. The other night we watched the new Mortal Kombat movie. Did it come out this year or last year?
This year.
Came out this year. So I have to tell you, it's not as good as the first one. I love the first one. Okay, the first one is like amazing. I don't know. It is to me anyway.
The first one's far more campy. It's
campy and fun, and it's got like just classic
it's one of
lines.
Those really good bad movies.
It's a good bad movie. Plus, it was one of my favorite video games when I was a teenager, and I had I had money from working. I would go to the not casino. Oh my God. It was like a casino for kids, right? I'd go to the arcade. Well, the arcade that we had was at the Putt Putt down in, what is that, Clifton Heights? In Clifton Heights. It's not there anymore. It was right next to the bazaar. The bazaar of all nations. Anyway, I used to always play pinball and Mortal Kombat. Well, I played Centipede too. So my two earliest video games at the arcade was Centipede and Mortal Kombat. And I just love Mortal Kombat so much. So the new one, it had some stuff in it I liked. Like it didn't do the story exactly the same way. And it had some different characters. It had more fatalities in it, which if you played the game, then you know what I'm talking about. It's just basically flashy ways to kill somebody. That sounds terrible.
Had a flawless victory.
There was a flawless victory. But you know, nobody can be, what is that guy's name? Shang Tsung? Shang Tsung? Nobody.
He was the best in the other one.
Nobody can be Shang Tsung like that original actor.
Yes,
he was
awesome.
So good.
He's that older Japanese guy that's in a lot of movies.
I know, I can't
sometimes he's a good guy and sometimes he's a bad guy, and he does both of them equally
He's
well.
always a good actor.
Really versatile actor.
I can't think of his name, so I'll probably put it in the description. Anyway, and it had some different characters in it, and it had more about Sub-Zero and Scorpion, which Scorpion is my favorite. Like,
yeah, it gave backstories for both of them, which we never really had before.
Yeah, I usually play as Scorpion or what's the Thunder God's name? Raiden, but a lot of people consider playing as Raiden as cheap. Well, at least in the old days, Raiden, and I usually would play as Liu Kang, just because I like their fighting things. But I love playing as Scorpion. So.
I love that flying running kick.
Yeah.
But she did it here.
Yeah, he did it in this. Anyway, it had all kinds of weird characters in there that they haven't had in the other movie, so it was fun. It was a fun movie, but it wasn't, it doesn't replace the first one. Kano. Kano was
Kano's
funny.
backstory.
Kano was funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I digress. We don't want to discuss everything about Mortal Kombat, right? We only watched 2 episodes so far of, what is it called? Lovecraft Country, and that's because they're long episodes, right? Aren't they
each one's like an hour and 20.
Yeah.
It's like a mini
They're
movie.
over an hour without commercials, you know. So the first 2, I thought they were really good, really well written.
They are well written.
I looked at the write-up for the third one, and I can't tell if it's continuing the story or not, or if there's going to be a different
Yeah, because
story.
it kind of wrapped up after that second one. That particular storyline.
I don't know, but it seems like there's still more questions because there's stuff about the one guy's ancestry and stuff, and you don't feel like you got enough. You feel like there was more. I felt like there was more, but they could come back to that later in the series. What other shows we want to talk? Oh, we're almost finished watching Utopia, aren't we?
For the second time, there's 2 more.
The new Utopias. Oh, so Utopia came out. I don't know if I talked about this. The first one came out a few years ago, and it was set in the UK, right?
2004 or something like that. Yeah.
Okay, that one was set in the UK. And it's like, these people are like fans of a comic book that's only like a single edition comic book, and like there's all these conspiracy theories about it, and then they find out that parts of it are real. Like, I don't want to go into it,
don't give the story away.
I don't want to go into it, but they end up on the run and stuff like that. So they never kind of concluded the first one. Well, they remade it again. Was it last year?
Yeah.
Season 1 last year, and it was it's set in the U.S. now, and it has
John Cusack.
It's got John Cusack, and it's got the guy who plays Dwight Schrute. I can't think of his name, but he also does some online things. Oh my goodness. Anyway, they're not like the main actors though. They show up more towards the end.
All the main actors are no names. Or new names, I should
As far
say.
as we know, we don't know. I mean, they're pretty good.
Yeah, but this one's set in the U.S., where the original one is set in the U.K.
Yeah. And it seems like there's a bigger budget, I think.
Yeah.
And they've changed a little bit of it. But anyway, I would recommend that if you want to see it, unless...
It's
like,
very dark.
It's very dark.
Very dark and graphic.
Yeah, there's killings in it. There's, if you don't want to see that kind of stuff, don't watch it. Was the first one had a lot of killings, too?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there's,
the spoon.
I don't know why it doesn't register with me all the time.
Yeah. In fact, I think the first one might have even been a little more graphic.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
So what else is it? I want to see. Is it Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings?
Something like that.
So yeah, I would love to see that new movie, but I don't know if I want to go to the movie theater. Well, it seems like I'm the only one that wants to go. Like Bob doesn't want to go because he doesn't want to go into the theater during COVID, and I don't want to go by myself.
2 or 3 people there.
The reason I don't want to go by myself is like, it's like a ghost town at the theater near us. There'll be like 1 employee in the whole building, and there's
so you need me to go and protect you?
There's just a few other people, and so I get on edge. I keep my head on a swivel in those situations. I find protection in crowds, you know what I'm saying? So, maybe Ray will go with me. I don't know. Well, we'll see. I don't know. We'll discuss it later. So, I don't know if we're going to make the yakisoba tonight, right? We might pick up Indian food on the way.
I thought I would make it tonight.
Oh, okay. I thought you wanted to grab Indian food, too.
I like Indian food, but I don't know.
We always spend so much money at
It's a lot of work because there's stuff to make the rice, to heat everything up.
Yeah. The yakisoba is really fast to make. So.
Especially if you have multiple people who don't want one person to do the chicken.
So I haven't been on here recently because I got kind of stressed out when they were doing the siding. There was a lot of noise all the time, and I got some personal things going on. You know, I'm going through that change of life.
Old lady time.
Stop it. So, like, it's weird because you got all these weird chemicals going through your body.
Weird is not the word I would use for it.
What would you say? Annoying?
Oh, God, yes.
Anyway, so we're both going through that together, I guess. It's weird because it kind of reminds you of when you were going through puberty or whatever.
And pregnancy.
And it's like your emotions are all over the place. Anyway, probably most of you don't want to know about it. Anyway, it's weird. So, but we're still here. We're still hanging out in southeastern Pennsylvania, keeping it real, right? Here, look, I'll show you. If you get dizzy from driving videos, don't look at this part, but I'll show you what the trees look like on the road. Look at that. Soon this is all going to be red and yellow. Red and whatever, orange, and listen, it's a beautiful state to live in, which is actually, it's actually not a state, it's a commonwealth. Okay, for those of you that get dizzy, we're back to regular, so. Come on, man. We need to find, oh, this looks like it's really zoomed in.
I zoomed in a little bit, but. Long bean. There's the 2-foot long green beans, at least 2 foot long. Napa cabbage. All the Korean cabbage probably work just as well, but Korean cabbage is more for.
We're back from the
Gong.
Is it what's called
Gong's Market.
Gong's Market. That's the Asian store.
I have a little bit of video on my phone. Maybe we'll get it in there.
Yeah. So I'll show you what we got. We got, what's this called? Napa cabbage. Napa cabbage.
My strawberry.
Oh yeah.
Cakes.
Wait, how many did he? He got these.
3.
He got these strawberry cakes. I had one. They're a little dry.
They're kind of like strawberry fig Newtons, but less. Yeah, more dry.
Well, it's a different kind of dry. It has a different kind of flavor.
They're not the ones I had in my mind from what I've had in the past. They were good.
We got sesame oil, just a little bit, because I don't think we need a lot of it, right?
I would buy it almost every time we use it.
Oh, I pulled a muscle in my shoulder. Oh, I'm old. Okay, we got some ginger. This is what ginger root looks like. Well, I mean, it could. There's lots of different shapes.
We got a little one.
We got a little one because we used
so little of it.
I don't know what's a good way to store it. Like, we froze it before.
You're supposed to wrap it in plastic and freeze it. What you're supposed to do.
Well, I think it would be better if we like cut it into pieces and wrapped it.
I don't know.
Put it in a bag.
Look.
Because then you'd have to take the whole thing out, or are you supposed to cut it while it's frozen?
Yeah.
Okay. So we got pepper paste.
Chili pepper paste.
Chili pepper paste. We had this before, but we didn't use it all up before it expired. So we have soba noodles. These are noodles that are made from buckwheat. And it says great for salad or soup. This is 9.5 ounces, but it looks like a lot. There's like 3 individual packets in there. Our recipe calls for 8 ounces, but it also calls for 4 chicken breasts. So I don't know, we might use this whole thing.
We'll probably use the whole thing. Yeah.
And last but not least, I got some red bean flavored mochi. So this isn't so when you go to the grocery store, the mochi they have there is usually mochi ice cream. And what original mochi is like if you go to a Japanese restaurant, there's this, it's this rice dough that's really soft, and in the middle is like a paste. But the ones that you get at the grocery store that are frozen, they have ice cream in them usually. So, anyway, red bean is my favorite. So we're gonna go to a different grocery store to pick up chicken breasts. They don't have meat there. They have at the, what's it called, Gong Market?
Well, they have some meat. If you want like squid and things like that, they have it frozen and refrigerated in their one area.
And they have all kinds of different eggs. They have quail eggs and duck eggs. I'm just fine with chicken eggs. I don't need all these other kinds of eggs. Right? An egg's an egg, isn't it?
I wouldn't know.
We don't know.
To my knowledge, I've never had any other kind of egg.
I don't think I have either. I mean, other than the kind that comes from fish.
Yeah.
They call that roe, I believe. So.
Yep. Caviar.
So we're gonna pick up chicken breast, and I didn't bring the regular grocery shopping list.
If you can think of anything else we know we need, we'll pick it up. But there was something else we needed.
Well, we can always call and have Ray read off what's on the...
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Talk to you later. What? Wait, is it over there? Is it over there? What?